Welcome in, everybody. We have another episode of Set to and Pass. Dylan's here with me tonight.
That's a me.
I'm here. Casey's here as well. And we're going to talk about one of the newest installments in my favorite video game series of all time. We're going to talk about some speculations, maybe some theories, but mostly um potential worlds that we might see in the newest installment of Kingdom Hearts, considering everything that Disney has just decided to swallow up in the past few years.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they even absorbed a few anime here and there, haven't they? Or at least they
Mm,
attempted?
like I know they did or you're talking about Disney?
Yes.
Like I know they work with Hulu, so that's why you're able to watch like Bleach and stuff on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
I actually didn't know you could, because I just watch it on Hulu.
That's where I watched it too. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't actually scrubbed through Disney Plus. I don't know if I have Disney Plus on my phone. I think that's going to be out on the TV, but I'm sure there's an anime or two on Disney Plus. Like I wouldn't be too surprised just because of how many places Disney Plus works with, like Hulu and um whoever else they work with, because it's Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's like, it's honestly with them, it's such a wide variety of stuff that could have been. Because, I mean, they went pretty hard over the past, like, decade just scooping stuff up.
Yeah, they're becoming that almighty conglomerate who wants to own all of the things. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess from a business stand, if you own everything, no one's going to be your competition.
Yeah. Yeah, but I personally don't like that. I like to, see everybody get a fair shot.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you on that one.
But when you're talking people that have, well, it's not even people, it's just corporate entities that have more money than we ever will imagine. Yeah, that's a completely
Yeah,
different ball game, I guess. But
absolutely.
yeah, but anywho's, so what is a world in the new Kingdom Hearts series that you'd like to see?
King of the Hill.
Dude, that would be so great.
Because think about, like, I was talking with another buddy of mine, and he was like, "Fox does King of the Hill, right?" I was like, "I think so." So, if Fox owns King of the Hill and Disney owns Fox, that means Hank Hill could be in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Dude,
And I just kind of looked at him, and I was like, "Why are you the way you are?"
I kind of like the way he thinks, though. Not
Right?
even gonna lie about it. Dude, imagine, like, Xehanort trying to corrupt Bobby. I'm okay, Dad.
Right? That's my purse. I don't know you.
That has to
And
be a line. If that ever happens, that has to be a line in the boss fight, like for one of his special attacks.
right, that'd be fun. But no, in all seriousness, a world that I would like to see, just because it is a Fox Animation Studio owned thing, is Titan A&E. Um, that was the movie that they say damn near killed Fox Animation Studios. But that was a movie that I really like. Even to this day, I still enjoy that movie.
I don't think I know this one.
It was, it was, it didn't do too well. Yeah, it definitely wasn't done too well. But it was one of those. It's one of those movies that, yeah, a lot of people hate it, but I love it. Like I own it. I own the DVD and I own it on digital, and so it's one of those movies that like I remember seeing it on TV once upon a time as a kid, and I loved it. And ever since, I just couldn't get it out of my head. And then I remember seeing it on the Walmart shelf one day when I was working, and I was like, "Oh, gotta buy that." Or no, it was in the 374 rack or in the 374 bin where they throw all the movies that go to die. Um, and I saw it and I was like, "Yep, gotta scoop it up." It was one of those childhood movies that I just could not watch. Um, how about you? What titles are you hoping to see in Kingdom Hearts 4?
Honestly, I think it's a Pixar flick. No,
Okay.
it's not Pixar. It's not Pixar. It's not in that 3D animation. But honestly, it's a newer movie. I watched it with the kids recently. It's the I think it's called Encanto.
Okay.
I think that would
On
have a
content.
really I think that would have a or well, I guess technically now because we are talking Kingdom Hearts 4. Um and it seems like the whole premise is now that Sora is in unreality is what they're calling it. So like now he's on the, upkeep and I guess in the real world. I'm not really sure just yet, obviously, because they haven't released a whole bunch, but I feel like it would have to be something a little more not so cartoonish, you know what I mean? But if I'm thinking like on a level of things that are more of a possibility, I would love to see a Marvel world.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I think Big Hero 6 is Marvel.
is it really?
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do. Yeah, Big Hero 6 is a film based on a Marvel comic book superhero team.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that was Marvel. That's actually neat. Well, I guess since I guess maybe more of the like Marvel universe that we're used to, you know what I mean? Like Spider-Man.
The Avengers and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Honestly though, like if they it wouldn't happen, I guarantee it wouldn't happen, but throw Ghost Rider in that mix somewhere.
It'd be pretty cool to see Ghost Rider in a Kingdom Hearts game. That'd be interesting.
I mean, honestly, I feel like they could make that work pretty well. I mean, considering his story, I mean, it kind of works.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see some Star Wars either.
You know, there's a leak like whenever they first started showing screenshots from Kingdom Hearts 4 that there were some AT Walker legs to be that people that's what they thought it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the setting of the rest of the screenshot, it kind of looks like a Star Wars, themed planet.
Really?
Like with the big kind of like one of the foresty planets like you would like where you would find Yoda or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Um, dude, a lightsaber keyblade?
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. That would be
Uh,
pretty cool.
dude, and imagine fighting Darth Vader or like Darth Maul or something. That would be so cool.
Darth Vader as a Heartless.
That's kind
If
of
he,
broken.
I say,
That's kind
if he wasn't scary before, he's scurry now.
I was gonna say like that is really heavy. They could do it. I like I want to know since like it seems like they're trying to lose the more cartoony aspect of Kingdom Hearts because they did it with Kingdom Hearts 3 wrap up the Dark Seeker saga. I wonder if they are trying to take more of like a more mature approach with the game. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but
Um, it's going to be interesting just because, like, from what we've seen, like he is in a more realistic city.
mhm.
Um, and the Heartless definitely don't look like their normal goofy little selves, but that could be further on into the game. Um, I don't know. There's quite a bit that I'm excited for. I am worried. Like, I mean, I'm worried about any new game that comes out, just especially when it's a continuation of a story that we've played before. But I don't know. I guess I'll just have that worry until we see more. Just because, like, I'm wondering what Sora is going to be like in this new one with how the third one ended. Because it almost seems like he's losing his memories in the fourth one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean that is a theme of the games that's been
Yeah.
prevalent for, well, I mean, really since the second entry with Chain of Memories. That's whenever they really started the whole like data and memories, really confusing part of the lore.
Oh man, I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing people saying that they think that Wish is gonna make, or they're gonna have a Wish world. I hope not, because that movie was hot dog shit.
I don't think I saw that one, but I'm pretty
well,
sure I heard I don't even think I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones my kids don't like.
well, that's one that everyone's saying that they thought AI wrote it.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Oh yeah, like if you listen to the villain song, because normally the villain songs are the best songs in a Disney movie,
Oh,
and
for
then you have
sure.
Wish,
Mhm.
and it's just garbage. Like it was just bad. Um, but I guess the premise of this villain is he becomes the magic mirror from Snow White.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, but that movie was definitely not worth the while. Like, I'm glad that we didn't go see it in theaters because it was abysmal. It was just bad. It came out on Disney Plus, and my daughter was like, "Can we watch this?" I was like, "Okay, I guess."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of, in my opinion, goes to show that, you might have everything, but when you have too much on your plate, you leave things unfinished.
Right. I mean,
And I,
I know another thing that I'm curious about is when it comes to this new game, are we just going to be playing Sora, or are we also going to get to play as Riku and all them trying to find Sora?
I think we are going to see that because that's going to be the biggest takeaway from the whole uh this. I think it's going to be at least at least this entry, I'll say. Kingdom Hearts, as much as I love it, they chase the same kind of stories just in a
Oh
different
yeah,
way a lot.
yeah,
But I do think we are going to see a lot of multi-character play, and most of it really because we got a little bit of it in Kingdom Hearts 3 and everybody loved it.
right.
Like being able to play as like a slew of characters, even if it was just for a few boss fights, that was honestly something I didn't think I would like in the series.
Yeah, I think playing as Riku again would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would even like to, I there's a few characters I'd like to play as now, like even like Terra, now that he has his body back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because that dude is honestly criminally underrated. This dude's will was the hardest boss fight, in my opinion, in the entire series.
Fuck this ghost guy. No.
Dude, I cannot tell you how many times that suit of armor has just bodied me. Um, I will say though, with this new take on the series, I do think we're gonna see a lot more. Um, I think we're gonna see a lot more Keyblade abilities, like we did in Kingdom Hearts 3. Which I mean, the one screenshot it did show us something like that.
Right. Where they were like riding on that golden those like golden chains and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're gonna start seeing some more like I guess awakened abilities.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at this point, they can't just make Sora like a complete scrub. You know what I mean? They can't like. I don't think they can start him fresh as far as like his power and who he really is, even if he is in a different reality. But my biggest curiosity though is who the new main antagonist is going to be.
Yeah.
And the only
Just because
reason
I mean, yep, go ahead.
it's just like where is this coming from? Like it was a video game inside of a world.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
So,
honestly, I don't know where they can go for a big bad because, well, we beat the big bad in the last one.
yes.
Like, and I mean, I get it that this new one is supposed to take place within that video game, within the video game, or have heavy influence on that game, but I don't know. Like,
Honestly, I really think it could, and I'm still curious about it just because obviously nobody knows for sure. But I really, really want to know if it's like the Master of Masters.
okay, that'd be interesting.
Well, I mean, I feel like he has to have everything, at least to do with the new plot line.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, they've teased him so much, and it's always been pretty vague. Now, I mean, we have gotten a little more information on him through the mobile games, but there's not many people that actually really like the mobile, like playing mobile games like that.
Right. The gotcha games.
Yep. Which I mean, I was one of those. I did, I did get sucked into that one.
Did you?
Oh, big time. Oh, big time. I was like not like, top 100, but I was like top 1000 at least in the country.
And I mean, it does make sense, especially because like we do see him at the end of three talking with Zeobart. Is that who he was talking to?
Xehanort or
Ze-
Lucio. Lucio.
Lucio. Okay, yeah. I
Well,
thought it was the
technically the body he's in, that's Zigbar,
right, right.
but yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
No,
he's definitely there. So he's definitely doing something behind the scenes.
yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, there's no doubt
I'm
about that.
excited. Like I'm excited to see where they go with it, and then like they could definitely bring in what the hell are their name? The animal headed people. I can't remember what the hell their names were.
The animal-headed people.
Yeah, the 11 Lost Masters.
Oh, yeah, 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 they were
The,
masters of a faction.
right,
Um,
like I'm wondering if they're gonna play a role, like a bigger role.
see, I think, and I've kind of had this speculation for a while now, but I think personally that in at least in this new arc that a we're gonna see them all come back because I think each one of the new seekers, or not seekers of darkness, but guardians of light, I think each one of them is gonna like kind of mirror, you know, one of the seven original, lost masters.
Right. Someone is speculating that the Master Masters is actually Noctis from Final Fantasy 15.
I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts.
And he was like the last King of Kings.
Mm-hmm.
And then well, he died, so.
Yeah, he did. Poor fella.
No. I think people hated on that game too much. I thought it was fun.
I never finished it because I switched to
No?
PC and I didn't have it on Game Pass anymore.
Okay.
But I did start playing that game. I thought it was great. I
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
have any
I
complaints with
enjoyed
it.
it.
Like I I mean, I thought they were really doing something new with that game.
Yeah. I just know that I've been seeing a lot of people hating on, like, I guess it's a mixed mash, because some people are saying, "Oh, old Final Fantasy fans just hate the new combat system because it's not turn based," and then you see people talking about the free roam DPS style that you get with games like 15 and some of the previous ones, where you're able to go out and do whatever you want to do, and it's not turn based. I mean, I enjoyed them both, to be honest with you. Like, I thought it was
Oh,
fun to have complete control over your character, to have him do whatever it is you wanted him to do. Like,
yeah. See,
it,
I enjoy both styles of those of
mm-hmm,
any Final Fantasy. I like turn-based combat, but I liked 15's combat style, and I really like how Final Fantasy 7, the remakes.
mm-hmm,
You still get your party of 3, but you can just simultaneously swap between them, and it's still, a live action game.
right, right.
You know, it 'cause, I mean, it's
I
really
got,
cool. You can control one character and you can and you can make the other two, characters use their abilities and spells and whatnot still.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't see the reason to hate on either because I think both of their styles are honestly really polished.
I think people just want to complain just to complain.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody's ever happy.
Oh no, why would they? Why would anyone ever just be happy with it?
Well, I think it's more so people just tend to forget that they're not the only ones.
So, out of all Final Fantasy, what monster do you fear most?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to look up the name of it real quick. Actually, no. Now that I really think about it, bro, honestly, if I ever ran up on a Tonberry, I would probably
Yeah,
shit.
they are my favorites.
Dude, they're so cool.
Like, and from what I've seen from the new 7 remake, they made them progressively more broken.
Dude,
Um,
so there's a mission I actually still have to go back and complete, but I needed to level up. It's this crazy combat challenge you have to do for this mission. It's a side mission. But
okay.
the last like round of this is it's like 20 fucking Tonberries.
Oh, jeez.
And they can teleport like right in front of you and just poke you and you die. And I have not figured out how to combat this yet.
I mean, I was watching this one thing, and they were going through the moves of the Tonberry, and apparently he got like a big buff in Rebirth because like he's got a handful of insta kill moves now. Um, so that's amazing for that. And then there's also a very easy exploit around it. It's you have to cast stop, and if you can get stop off, then you can just pummel the thing to death because it has an ungodly amount of HP.
Yeah, they really do have a stupid amount of HP.
Yeah.
And there's
So I mean, it was
actually too, there is a what they call it, there's like as you're progressing through the map, there's like points of interest and like things to go find, but they have like they call it fiend intel.
mhm,
Uh Generally there's one in each area that's like a special kind of boss. One of them is the Tonberry King.
right.
Dude, that was probably it was a fun fight, don't get me wrong, but oh my god, did it just drag. 'Cause it's like hit him 2 times and then get away or he's gonna stab you and you're done.
Yeah. And then I know he also has a range, like if you hit him with a ranged attack, he also has an insta kill for that as well.
Yeah, that hard me a few times. I couldn't figure it out until I Googled it. But I was using Yuffie because honestly, Yuffie's probably my favorite character in the game in the
That
new
great big
ones.
old shuriken.
Yeah, well, she is a close range and ranged fighter.
Right.
I'd love the fact that you can you make her throw the shuriken and then you can just perform ninjutsu from afar, build up your ability gauge and then just go ham. The doppelganger ability is so cool, like one of my most useful characters, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I've always loved the Tonberry. Like he's just always been one of my favorite characters, my favorite monsters in general. Like not only is he terrifying because normally if you see one, you just try to run.
Yep.
Like because you don't want to fight it. Like you really, really don't, unless you're prepared. If you're not prepared, like I was when I first fought a Tonberry, I was like, this guy's slow. This guy's not doing nothing. I'm just gonna keep wailing on him. And then he got up close to me and he used the knife and he insta killed. I think it was in Final Fantasy X. Just went ahead and insta killed Waka. I was like, excuse you.
Yep.
And then he insta killed Yuna. I was like, no, no.
Oh,
So
but yeah.
it was they're brutal, man.
Oh, they are. And I mean, just the whole little like imagine if they were real and you rolled up on one of them with their hood up or something. All you see are these two little yellow eyes and a
And his
fucking
lantern.
yeah, and a kitchen knife just coming at you.
I just walk around and they're like, nope. Just gotta run and hop over him, just like, not today.
Well, according to Rebirth, they can just teleport in front of you, so
Oh,
may not
great. So
work.
they're Michael
So
Myers.
yeah, pretty much.
Just a much, much worse version of Michael Myers.
Yeah, they're
So,
fun
so
size Michael
speak.
Myers.
So speaking of RPGs, do you have a top 5 for your favorite RPGs of all time?
No, but I could probably think of it in a pinch.
All
It
right.
honestly
Well,
really would not be hard for me.
I'll give you my 5 real quick, and you can think of yours. So at number 5 for me is Persona 5. I
Yep.
loved everything about that game. I love the music. I love the characters, the combat. Again, turn-based, but it is what it is. Number 4 is Kingdom Hearts 2. Out of all the Kingdom Hearts, 2 is my favorite. Don't really have an explanation. It just was.
Man of culture.
Um, yeah. Horizon Forbidden West was the sequel to Horizon Forbidden Dawn, and I love it. Like, I love the gameplay. I love the story. I am so hoping we get a third. Horizon game because the way the second one ended, it just opened it up for that third one coming out. Number two was the first numbered Final Fantasy game that I ever played, which was Final Fantasy X. Um, I think that one there was pretty self-explanatory. I think most people played Final Fantasy X, and I feel like it still holds good value today,
Oh, for sure.
just as it did back when it came out. And then my spot for the number one RPG of all time for me was Elder Scrolls Skyrim, just because I think I bought that game. Let's see here. I bought that game on Steam. I bought that game on my PS3. I bought that game on my PS4, which carried over to my PS5. I helped my cousin pay for it with his Xbox 360 when it first came out. And I think I have more hours into this game just dicking around than really any other game that I think that I've played lately. Yeah, I think Skyrim is the game that I have the most hours in. I could be wrong. No, that's RuneScape. RuneScape has the most hours put in that for me, but yeah.
I would definitely
So,
believe you got people got hours racked up in RuneScape.
oh my god, yeah. Like I remember when I was in middle school, there was an older kid who was playing it, and I saw it, and I was like, "What's that game?" And he was like, "Oh, it's Run Escape." I was like, "Run Escape." He was like, "Yeah, Run Escape." So, computers were still fairly new to us as middle schoolers. So I went ahead and I typed it in on Google, Run Escape, and it came up. I was like, oh, cool, because I didn't hit the space bar. Um, and I mean, I think I started playing RuneScape just after RS2 came out because there was still the option to play Classic. Um,
There still is to this day.
yeah,
Just
you know,
crazy.
I think I still have my original account too. Yeah, but yeah. So my RPGs, the top five: Skyrim, Final Fantasy X, Horizon Forbidden West, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Persona 5.
That is that is a that's a fantastic list though. I mean, you got quite a selection there.
Right?
Um, but I guess my number 5, I would probably put Lies of P.
Okay.
Uh it was my introduction into the Souls-like genre.
Mm.
Um, but it's just, dude, the story on that was so rich and it really just made me want to, I don't know, pursue more of a challenge. Like I really just it made me completely change my outlook on that genre of gaming.
So
Um
bad at Souls games.
yeah, cuz I immediately after then I went and played Elden Ring and I I've been slowly just like acquiring them all. But number 4, I'm going to put Final Fantasy X.
Ooh.
10 was honestly it's still my favorite Final Fantasy game. I this again, that's a lot of games for me that are my favorites. If they're very heavily story driven and it's good, I am there for it.
Right.
But and again, it was, introduction into Final Fantasy and a more advanced kind of style of turn-based combat. Um, it's just good stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I am trying to think if this is really considered a but I mean, I guess it really could have been, but I'm gonna say damn it, hold on. I gotta think. Hold on, give me a second here, because there were multiple entries. So, mm, Yeah, I feel like he can go on there too. But I'm gonna go with for number 3, Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus.
Okay.
Uh Criminally underrated game in my opinion. Um I honestly really just wanted the game at first because, I always, as a kid, the edgy characters were always the coolest to me.
Yeah, Valentine was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's his name, right? Valentine.
Yeah, Vincent Valentine.
Yeah.
But number 2, I'm gonna put The Force Awakened.
Okay.
Me and my cousin played that game so much when we were kids. And honestly, I have it on Steam. I still replay it once in a while.
Okay.
Um, just for shits and giggles. That's another game I think it still really holds up today. Like the replay value is just incredible.
Is that the Lego one?
The Lego one? I didn't
You
know there
said
was a
you
Lego.
said the Force Awakens, like Star Wars?
Oh no, The Force Unleashed. I'm sorry. Did I
Oh,
say
okay.
Awakened?
I was like,
That's
what?
why I was like, "Wait, what? Legos?" I was like, "I don't think there's a Lego version of that one." That would honestly be kinda nutty.
Okay, that one was fun. That one was fun. Playing as the apprentice, yeah,
Yeah,
that guy was pretty dope.
it was. Like, I loved the abilities, and I don't it was just another very well-written story. Like, I was never
Hmm.
really huge into Star Wars, like, I've seen all the, main Star Wars movies except for what is there, 2 new ones now?
Something like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, but definitely love the story on that. But
Right.
number 1 has to be Kingdom Hearts 2.
There you go.
It is it's the best one in the series. Uh, you know, People can say I'm nostalgia blind or whatever, but that game just everything about it was fun. And I'll even say like especially after they did the final mixes of all the games and they added in like the Cave of Remembrance and the data battles. We even got the new form. They polished things up, and I really miss the quick commands.
Yeah.
Just smack and triangle, and something really cool would happen randomly. I love that.
Mash this button until something happens. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, dance, and it's got the most iconic meme in the entire series. Fucking dance, water, dance.
No, it was a fun one. And normally like people don't like sequels as much as the original, but they did it right.
Honestly, and this is probably a little bit of a hot take. Um, Chain of Memories is my least favorite in the entire series. As much as I like card games, I didn't like that card game.
Okay.
It just I don't know, it was weird to me. I loved the story, but I did not like the gameplay. But the first installment of the series is right above that.
Oh, really?
I love the story and I will, forever do my yearly replays of all of them. But I don't know. I don't know. I get bored with the first one, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
there's
then
definitely not as much combat
yeah,
wise or really a lot compared to two.
yeah, yeah. Now my only complaint about 2 in all seriousness is I wish there was more of the Colosseum.
Right.
That was always one of my favorite parts of Kingdom Hearts, like, and honestly in most games too, like, because that's generally where you get like more challenging enemies. That's where you really get to like flex the stuff that you've acquired in the game, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know. I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive a buddy of mine who was really big into Kingdom Hearts when we first started playing it. When he told me to challenge the question mark question mark question mark cup in the
Oh
arena.
no. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I was not ready at all. Like there was no freaking prep, nothing. Just guess what? You're dead. It's like, oh okay.
Dude, I remember the first time I ran up on Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Up there on the cliffside.
Yep. And I was
Yeah.
like, and because at this time, like, I didn't go, I was still young and I didn't go through and like really beat games 100% like I do now. So, like, I
Yeah.
had no idea who this dude was. And I'm like, oh, well, he looks kind of cool.
Dude, right?
And then he just proceeded to whoop thine ass.
Like he do.
And it's weird to me now though, because I struggled with him so much, like when I was younger, and now it's like he's like a little bit of a pain in the ass.
He's more annoying than anything because you have to keep dodging. You have to keep your heels ready. But like as long as you know his patterns, like you can whittle him down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's like any Souls game right there is getting getting his moveset down.
Yeah, that is a lot of those games. It timing.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
the thing that I've at least started to notice in this genre is it's like every game has its own like kind of niche thing that every one of the games has, but it's just like more solely focused on.
Hmm.
Like I kind of put Elden Ring as like the buffet of it because it's the oh okay, you think this is too hard. Well, go ahead and just go do something over here for a while and come back to it.
Right.
And
They give you that option to free roam.
yeah. Whereas and with that, you have more opportunity to, you know, bump up your stats, try a large, and I mean large plethora of combat styles.
Hmm.
So it's like Elden Ring is like the only one I'll leave out of that one specifically just because you can kind of play that one however you want it. But then you have like Lies of P. They really, really focus on like the parrying aspect. So like they want you to especially in some of these bosses, like if you don't get good at parrying, you are gonna be stuck there for a while.
Yeah.
Like I never thought I would actually like mash my block button the way I do.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, and it's like I said, I mean, I've seen other ones where it's more, like you said, where it's, you know, some of it is just timing based and being very patient.
Oh yeah. I mean, as long as you can like get their move set down, and I mean, yeah, it might take you a time or two, especially with the big boss fights. But it's like once you can get those tell signs of down slash this is going to be a cross sweep or whatever, like it just becomes kind of like a second nature to just like, yep, got to roll back, got to roll forward, got to jump, got to just get out of the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but it's getting to that point that is exciting because it's like, yeah, you have to learn all these things, but then you have to be able to actually do what you're learning.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. And you better put that knowledge to the test.
My God, speaking of, to rewind a little bit, to speaking about Sephiroth, I remember I got into an argument with a dude on TikTok because he was trying to, how was he saying? He was trying to say Sephiroth beats whatever. And so I was asking him, like, oh, really? So, like, what does he do? He's like, well, he can create a supernova. I was like, are you sure that's just not the name of the attack and not the the actual like what it does. He's like, everything's still. And so I asked him, I was like, so does everything still exist after he does it? He's like, well, yeah. I was like, so it's just the name and the looks of the effect. He's like, no, it's what it actually does. I was like, so by that logic, when Garp uses Galaxy Impact, he's actually summoning galaxies and punching the ground with the power of a galaxy. He's like, it's not the same. I was like, it's exactly the same.
That is exactly the same.
It's like, don't say it works for one but not the other. It's like, that fucking logic doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not a battle. You're just because he's your favorite character doesn't mean he's the strongest.
Right.
I'm talking to you, Goku fans.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's the same thing with the Sephiroth fans. Like, I don't know who's more annoying. The
Like,
Goku fans or the Sephiroth fans.
and it's like, then there's people like me, and I know Sephiroth is that guy, but he is not just a completely unstoppable entity.
No.
Like there are plenty of characters out there that would easily body Sephiroth.
Like, don't get me wrong, he's cool. Like, ever since he first came out in that polygonally pixelated form, he was dope. And everyone fucking loved him, even though he has to use 8 bottles of conditioner for his hair. No one cares. He is dope. Who is vibrating my phone? Nah, he was dope. It's just people put him so high on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And they're like, yep, nope, he's the greatest Final Fantasy villain of all time. No one can top him, blah, blah, blah. It's like, really? Did he succeed?
Well, and the other thing is, like, they forget about all the other characters that are in that series, too, that compete with him.
Yeah.
Like, has everybody just completely forgotten about Angeal and Genesis?
Dude. What game was it where you get to see those three have a sparring match in the training room? That's what it was, Crisis Core, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I was in when I was in high school, I took a computer class, and one of the guys who was there, he was an adult student, and he was watching this video, and I just happened to look over. I was like, "That looks really cool. What is it?" He was like, "This is from Final Fantasy." I was like, oh, "Okay." So I was sitting there watching it, and it just shows that big ass mana cannon, and you see Genesis sitting there reading from his book, and that really peaceful music is playing, and then Sephiroth just shows up, and then the tempo instantly changes, and that fight was amazing. Like, that was super cool.
Dude, that one and the one at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sephiroth coming, you think he gets knocked off the cliff, and then he just comes up and slices through this fortress.
It's like, oh, was that there?
Yeah. They definitely
No.
they definitely nailed it with the fight scenes, though. That temple was like that was such a great, like, one of the most badass entrances to a character in a game. He's just like, I'm here.
Have you seen Advent Children?
I actually have not seen that yet.
So Sephiroth is in that as well, just for a little bit, but he was pretty dope in that too. The fight between him and Cloud, and you get to see Cloud use Omni Slash. That was really cool. Or yeah, his overdrive. Like that was dope. It was really cool. But he was only there for like a couple seconds. But in those couple of seconds, that's what people are going to remember about that movie, was the fact that Sephiroth showed up, did work, and then just buggered off.
Yeah.
And Bahamut was pretty cool in that one, even though it was like an evil version of Bahamut.
Dude, you know what's really the final one of the it's like 6 or 7 fucking phases at the end of Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the phases, Sephiroth is just like, here is the evil Bahamut. Have fun with that.
Here's my dragon. His name is Fred. Have fun.
It's a thing where you have to you have to make sure you get that thing staggered quick.
Right.
Giga Flare goes off, it's just game over.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your
I mean,
favorite summon in Final Fantasy?
hmm, my favorite summon. So I've always really liked Moogle, from the Tactics series. Moogle was always a neat little healer because it was like one of the first summons that you can get. I've always been kind of partial to Ramu,
Okay.
just because I've always loved the electricity element. When it comes to basically all games, like that's why I like the Infamous series so much.
I miss those
Um,
games. I didn't get to play the second one, but the first one was so cool.
the second one's definitely worth the play, but yeah, so I'd probably say Ramo. Yeah, I'd say Ramo. He's just like that really cool old dude who you can summon from the sky, just like sup, zappity zap zap.
Right?
How about you?
I think I would probably have to go with Yojimbo.
Yo, Jimbo was pretty cool.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
he was.
honestly, it was an accident that I found how to get him as a kid.
Oh, really? On the
Yeah.
bridge?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, wait, another one? Cool."
Another Aeon.
Yeah,
Who could have guessed?
I really like the design on him though.
His dog.
Yes, the dog's so cool.
Yeah. Nah, Yojimbo was pretty dope.
Mhm.
I was kind of annoyed that Remo wasn't in that one, but like Ifrit, Shiva, and Bahama and stuff were.
Yep.
Um, but we did get, what was it, Ixion?
Yeah. Yep.
Was that the,
Yep, it was the lightning horse.
yeah, the lightning horse with the horn?
Yep.
Valifor was pretty cool too.
Fail 4 is really cool.
Yeah. He was neat. I remember that you could name the Aeons.
Yep.
And there was at the time, he was a pretty big Pokemon YouTuber. His name was Sky, or no, I don't remember what the hell he did. His name was Skychi on YouTube. I can't remember what the heck. No, he did RuneScape videos. And, yeah, Skychi. Yeah, he did, his biggest thing that I remember seeing was a little thing that he called Things Wrong with RuneScape. And that name, it was just so cool to me, so I went ahead and I named Vilfor Skychi, and ever since then, that's just what he was named.
I'm pretty sure my Veil 4's name was Ass. No,
Okay.
like I don't know why I did stuff like that. Like Pokemon Emerald was probably the worst one for me.
Oof.
I named my character Dick. And I remember it was like probably my second or third playthrough, but it was right where you get to the third, yeah, I believe that's the third or fourth gym where you fight your dad. And Wally's uncle comes in there and is asking for your assistance, but he uses your name, and the actual text line read, "Hey, let me borrow your dick for a minute." And I I immediately, like, I told my cousin about it, because he was, like, my best friend at the time, and I had to literally I didn't save my game just so I could go back there and prove to him that it said that.
That's funny. That is funny.
So, it's good to know that some people were actually mature with that kind of stuff.
Right? Did you realize that there are, what is this, like 15, I think? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. Yeah, there's like 15 Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah.
And did you
Yep.
know that Grand Theft Auto 1 was the first one to have DLC?
What?
So, Grand Theft Auto 1 came out for the PS1. It was a
Yeah.
it was a top-down view. and
Yeah.
you could go and you could buy other discs to play off of that one. It was Grand Theft Auto London 1969 and Grand Theft Auto London 1961, but they both ran off of the data from Grand Theft Auto 1. So it was like the first Grand Theft Auto to have DLC.
That's that's really cool.
Right? I thought that was neat.
Dude, I wish more companies were still doing like little quirky things like that.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like on PlayStation 1 with like the Monster Rancher series
Hmm.
where you had to like put in a CD or something, I think it was, and then you could get a different creature based on whatever was in there.
Right. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I guess we really couldn't do that anymore. Disc
Do you
trays are a
do
freaking thing.
you remember do you remember scanners?
Yeah.
Like the little handheld toy scanners where you
Mm,
would go up and you would like scan barcodes and it would have a monster inside.
yeah, I do remember those.
Dude, I had so much fun with those. Like me and my cousin, we had one, and we would run around Walmart just zapping shit with it.
I never had one, but I remember the commercials for them and thinking they were really cool.
They were really cool. And then I remember I was really big into Digimon, and I used to get the Digivices. And the Series 4 Digivice from Frontier, it also had a scanner on the top of it where you could scan barcodes and unlock new Digimon. And I remember playing around with that a lot too. That was that was fun. I wish they'd still make stuff like that. Like, I don't
Oh yeah.
know. Stuff like that was just so much fun. Like how
I
they
feel
can
like
even make a mobile Digimon game now where you just turn your camera on, it's like, oh, go ahead and scan a barcode and then see if you get a Digimon. But
yeah, there's so many there's a lot we have the technology to make stuff like that even better now too.
mm-hmm. Absolutely, but it seems like we just keep making the same thing. Like, when Pokemon Go came out, that was awesome. That was like some revolutionary thing, and then they came out with a Monster Hunter version of it, and they came out with a Jurassic Park version of it, and a
Didn't they do a
hundred
Harry
other.
I was gonna say I thought they did a Harry Potter one too.
Oh, probably, but there's like 150 Pokemon Go clones out there now. It's just like,
Mhm.
why are all these a thing?
I Because people just want to make a quick buck, unfortunately. That's the only real answer I can come up with.
Yeah. Turned my
And like,
Pokemon Go on for the first time in like a year or two. And I was like,
dude,
wow.
I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of Pokemon, I am like terrified to open up Violet.
Oh, really?
So I told you I got my wife the Switch 2, and then
Hmm.
I took her Animal Crossing Switch.
Right.
So I am just hoping, I am hoping by the grace of God that when I put my cartridge into my new Switch, that all my Pokemon are there.
Ooh. Did you put your SD card and stuff into the new one?
I'm pretty sure she put my SD card in there. I hope so, because like I said, there's gonna be, dude, like so many shinies are just gonna be gone.
Right.
And my quest that I did I was laid off for a summer and I decided that because I had access to a lot of the Pokemon games and I had a
Hmm.
DS at the time, so I could use Pokemon Bank.
Oh, okay.
So I just started making a living Pokedex of a level 100 Pokemon.
Nice.
And I was pretty close. The only generation that I never really played was the Sun and Moon.
Okay.
So that was like the only generation I was missing. I mean,
Nice.
I'm telling you, dude, like there's like level 100 Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, like all of them.
That must have taken a while.
I had time.
I had time. That's great. That's great.
And it also helped because a buddy of mine could help me trade experience shares.
Oh, okay.
So I was basically playing the new generation of Pokemon games before anybody else.
Right. How they just give you a full party experience here. Now it's like, no, back in my day, I
Yeah.
had to I had to trade 6 experience shares.
Or I just had to keep putting a weak Pokemon to start out and then swapping it instantly.
Oh my god. I remember trying to raise Magikarp back in the day using that method. Oh.
Uh, so time consuming.
So speaking of weird games like they're doing weird challenges like that, I booted up a new Pal World
Okay.
and I decided I'm not going to catch any pals at all. I'm going to catch people.
Yeah,
Nothing
okay.
but people. So that means right then and there I'm very limited as to what I can do because I don't think there's any people that can generate electricity.
Oh no, you can. No,
Oh, with the wheel, yeah, right?
I was gonna say
The
there's a
human
wheel
wheel.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll have to build a few of them to
Yeah.
compensate, but still,
Yeah.
um, once you get your base upgraded, I think fully you can have like 50 pals in a base now.
Holy crap. Oh,
Check.
you must have to like edit the settings on that one because I know the base settings it's 15.
What's at well, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Yeah. I was like, because I was watching YouTube when I was up there house sitting for my mom, and this guy was doing a challenge. He was like, in 100 days, could I beat all the towers with nothing but humans in 100 days? And so he went over to what was it, Saro Kojima or whatever the heck it was called, and by the grace of God, he managed to catch one of the masked ninja people.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was like a super low level, but he kept looting the trash piles and stuff around the island. He got a bunch of like legendary balls and whatnot, and then he would build a bunch of noose traps, and he would deliberately draw them in. They would come in, they'd get hung up by their foot, and then he'd build a fire underneath them, so
Yep.
they would just take away with burn damage. Then he would just throw ball after ball after ball, and then eventually he caught one, and that was like his go-to guy. And he got what was it? He beat I think the first 3 towers. Yeah, because he beat the first one, like the very first one. He built the one on the snow mountain, or not all the way up on the mountain, but the first snow one that you can fight, and then the desert.
Oh, the Phalaris one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he managed to beat those 3, and then he tried one of the last 2 and just got raffle stomped.
Oh, dude, I believe it. That's that's fucking hard.
Yeah.
'Cause-
It-
Oh man.
but that's when I also learned that you can condense humans. Like he had his ninja guy, and he was like, "All right, this means I have to go catch a bunch of these ninja guys." Turns out that was wrong. Um, because any human can be condensed into any other human. So he
Shit.
just yeah,
Okay.
so he just started going and back to like the beginning and raiding all the like low level bases and stuff, and just catching all the basic people, and he fed
That
them all to his ninja.
that is hilarious. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, and
Oh,
you can also teach humans the fruit moves.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, that
I
was
knew you
something
could do
interesting
that.
to learn.
They're gonna have a very interesting update this week.
Oh, are they?
They are doing a collaboration with Terraria.
Okay.
So we're getting like a whole new area again, more pals, and I'm
Woo-woo.
sure a bunch of more tech stuff, building materials.
Very nice. Very nice.
I say I'm
Ma-
gonna have to get you on. I'm gonna have to get you on one of these days and show you my. I found a spot on the Faybreak Island. You can have 4 bases in one like very high altitude spot where you don't get raided or anything.
Oh, nice.
And it is sweet because like the one base is strictly it's a 3-story tower, but like all of my mining, like smelting, just base all that kind of stuff, and like anything production happens there.
Nice.
And the base next to that, I have another base there that it's strictly a farm.
Okay.
So it supplies food to all my other bases and also basically makes a shit ton of cakes.
For the breeders.
Yeah, because I have the third base is a big breeding farm slash like kind of pal upgrade station, something
Okay.
like that. 'Cause, like I have my condenser in there, the incubator in there. I have storage because the other cool thing about my farm base is there is one of the skill fruit trees on the base itself, and the pals just go pick it.
Oh, super cool.
So I and it's nice because they'll put them in my guild chest. So I just check the guild chest and then I'll just go and I have like the big metal storage containers just full of like skill fruits.
That's pretty great.
And then the other one I have, um, I basically just like I caught one of every merchant
Oh.
and then I just have them running around so I don't have to go find them if I, can't make something or I need a material. Like the big one I find myself needing is the electric organs.
Mhm.
Just run over to the base and go buy some.
Huh. No, I find myself in my main world right now. I'm hunting down Doc Brown just that way I can capture him and bring him to the breeding center so that way I can chain or re-roll abilities.
He's actually one of the people that roams around my people base.
Oh, nice.
He's
Very
a hard
nice.
dude. It took me forever to find him.
Yeah, like I remember seeing him a lot when I was a lower level. Like I just ignored him because he was level 50 and I was like level 20 something. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna mess with this guy. But now that I'm max level and I have like I need him, it's like where the fuck did he go?
Exactly. Dude, that that is something I'll shoot this by you at the end here, which actually we should probably get wrapped up here soon.
I agree. We're pretty deep into this one.
We are. We are. I think we got yeah. Well, we started at 9:50, so about an hour and 10. That's not too shabby.
That's pretty average.
But yeah, no, dude, I honestly though, I will say I hope Pal World keeps prospering even with all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Cuz it is just a fun little game to pick up and just chill out.
I wish they were able to bring back the throwing your pal sphere out to release your Pokemon or to release
Yeah,
your pal.
yes. Yes, cuz the whole just lifting the character's arm up is very boring.
Yeah, and just having them like appear next to you, it's like, no, I need you to appear over there.
Mhm.
But it
Well,
is what it is,
yeah, time will tell. I'm still going to support them. I think they're doing pretty great stuff.
right?
Ex- Except for the dating simulator thing. That's weird.
Oh, I don't even want to know about that.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it's really not. Pal World has like a really weird pal dating sim.
Nope.
Yet no.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of no to me.
It is a whole bunch of no. It should be a whole bunch of no.
Huh.
But yeah. Well,
I don't know
I
business for tonight.
yeah, yeah, I have to agree with that statement.
Yep.
But thanks everybody for sitting here shooting the shit with us. You know, drop down in the comments, some of your answers to these questions, like what are your top 5 RPGs? What
What world are you looking forward to with Kingdom Hearts 4?
and it doesn't have to be specifically Final Fantasy, but I am going to ask what is, the scariest monster creature in a video game that you have ever come across?
There you go. 3 awesome topics for y'all to talk about in the comment section. Do it if you've made it this far. I will love you forever.
I I will hug you and I will take care of you, and if
Call
you
you
want,
George.
yes. But all right, everybody, we'll catch you next week. We're gonna set to and pass.
Have a good night.